everyone. Welcome to the Theater of Football. I'm Mike Odom, and I'm joined once again by Patrick Heinrich. Hello, Patrick.
Hello. Good to
Patrick
be back.
Yes, it's great to have you back. Patrick has been on paternity leave. We're great to have him back. He's had he and his wife have had a beautiful baby boy, and we hope to introduce him on the show at some point. But Patrick, great to have you back.
Thanks. It's good to support the future of Manchester United by birthing out a supporter. I will absolutely indoctrinate him 100%, and he will not have a choice about that.
Well, your wife may have a say on that.
No, not at all.
You're a very brave man. Very brave man.
I like to live dangerously.
What's that, Patrick?
I like to live dangerously.
That you do. Well, I mean, unfortunately, Sean Connery passed away a couple weekends ago.
Yes.
So he played James Bond, of course, the first James Bond, and he lived dangerously playing James Bond. So why shouldn't Patrick take his mantle?
That's quite a mantle to take.
Yes, it is.
I've heard stories about how big Sean Connery's mantle is.
That's good. But no, we're here to preview Manchester United's match with West Bromwich Albion on Saturday. Patrick, some team news for you. Luke Shaw is going to be out. He picked up that injury that saw him subbed out at Goodison Park just about a fortnight ago. Lingard and Jones are still out. Bailly's come back to training, even though he's not fully fit, so he won't be he won't see the pitch tomorrow.
Yep.
According to Solskjaer. Greenwood's also likely out with a mysterious illness, which he just recently returned from to train. And Rashford and Lindelof have late fitness tests, so one or both may be missing tomorrow. Patrick, what do you make of this team news?
I love Mason Greenwood's illness, and he hasn't been coming to training because he's been sick. Like, we don't know what that is. I mean, I'll conjecture and just throw out stuff, but I think he may not have had a positive test yet, but we could be pretty sure what that possibly is. But yeah, that was kind of a fun surprise in the manager's press conference to hear about. But one thing that actually kind of makes me excited in hearing about all of that is just the fact that we can have this conversation about all these players that are going to be likely ineligible for the upcoming game or unable to play, and be relatively okay with it. I mean, we have Telles and Cavani as replacements. I think if we'd been having this conversation like 9 months ago, we'd be like, crapping our pants because we have 7 people, or Greenwood, Rashford, Shaw, Lindelof, Lingard that can't play. We'd be like, what are we going to do? So, I mean, I know all of the transfer window was a very tense time, but I feel like we got something good out of it, and enough good to be relatively relaxed, knowing all of those people will probably or may not play tomorrow. So that's what I feel about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you, Patrick. I don't feel concerned about this. I mean, you mentioned Telles, Tuanzebe's fit supposedly. Yeah. So if Lindelof can't play, Shaw obviously can't play. Do you think that Telles coming back from coronavirus? Ole didn't mention him at all, so I assume he's available.
Yeah.
So you got back four of Telles, Maguire. I don't know if you saw Patrick, but he put in some fantastic performances for England.
Yeah.
I felt, especially against Iceland. His passing against Iceland was fantastic. Stuff I'd never seen him do in my life, I feel like. But
yeah, I feel like he's out of this fog. Like, he's coming out of the fog. Maybe he's separating himself enough from the summer to finally move forward.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. He looked good against Arsenal. He was fantastic against Chelsea. He was fantastic against Everton. He was fantastic for England against Iceland. So I feel like he's starting to show the quality that we paid 80 million pounds for. So you have Tellis McGuire, you have Tuanzebe, who put in a masterclass in Paris, and then you have Wan-Bissaka, who doesn't let anybody get past him.
Yeah.
I don't feel anything.
The prodigious slide tackler, the extraordinaire.
That's right. He's an expert. So you have that there. Up front, you have Gavani, who started, I believe, both matches for Uruguay in their World Cup qualifiers. So he got sent off in the second one, but I don't really want to talk about that.
You got Juan Mata, who's making a resurgence.
That's right. Mata, your boy, making a resurgence. So not too concerned about the injury list at the moment. Ole may keep talking about the schedule and everything and being upset about that, but right now I don't feel like there's any cause for concern with the number of players that are on the injury list or whatever. So I feel good about it. But Patrick, this match really intrigues me. We have a West Brom team, and I don't know if you know this. You probably do.
Hit me.
Knowing you, but so the last two seasons, obviously, they've spent in the Championship. But before that, their last 5 trips to Old Trafford in the Premier League, 3 wins for them, 1 draw and 1 defeat. And then you add that to 2 closed-door friendlies that were played at Old Trafford in June when we were coming back for Project Lockdown, and they won one of those, supposedly. Not that any film was released or anything of that. That's quite a record.
Yeah. It's quite a record to put on top of a current season where we're winless at home.
And that they're winless in the entire season.
And they're winless in the entire season. Yeah, no, it is very intriguing. And talk about an interesting study in, how United will be moving forward. But to me, it has draw written all over it. That's what I'm thinking. And just kind of catching a little bit of the West Brom highlights that I like to watch here and there. I really think that it'll probably end in a draw.
So you're a closet West Brom highlight watcher?
I'm a closet everything highlight watcher.
Good point.
Give me some highlights. I love watching them.
Good point.
That was the most boring conversation ever in the world. Let's have an entire segue episode about watching highlights.
Fair enough. So with our form, Patrick, at Old Trafford this season in the league. Okay, so Ole said in his press conference twice because some idiot reporter asked him a question that he basically answered already.
Yep.
He said our best performance was probably against Leipzig in the Champions League, which might be true. Yeah, that I wouldn't argue with him.
Best at-home performance for sure.
Yeah, definitely best at-home performance, but I think he was going for best performance total. Mm-hmm. But our league performance at home has been terrible.
Yeah.
I think I thought our Chelsea match was good enough to win. And if Arisa Balaga was in goal, Kepa, I think we would have won that.
Yeah.
Because their keeper Mendy, that they signed in the summer, he made a couple of good saves. I don't think Kepa would have made.
Yeah.
So given our home form in the league, West Brom's form at Old Trafford, combined with their lack of wins yet in the league this season, what do you expect tomorrow?
I expect a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B, and some of that being pushed together, which makes me think draw. So that's why I think that. I'm thinking. What? I'm thinking 2-2 draw.
2-2.
Interesting match. Yeah.
So not 1-1.
No, 2-2. not a 1-1 draw. That's too easy.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. If you go for a draw, it's good to go for 2-2.
Yeah, but I think there's and part of that too also, and one thing I need to preface this with is I have had a change in philosophy. And if you've watched this channel in the past, I don't think there's been a game that I've called where I've called for United to lose or draw. And that's mostly my optimism and my interest in, supporting United. But I think that I'm going to call a draw this time in the hopes that we can squeak out a win. But I'm going to call it a draw, not a win.
Okay.
The superstition is getting to me a little bit.
I want to make a prediction on this, but I just, it's a hard one.
Yeah. That's why you go draw.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to go for a draw, maybe not a 2-2 draw, but there's just so much weird energy. United can't win a home league match. West Brom, last 5 matches at Old Trafford in the league, they've won 3 of them, only lost 1. But yet, West Brom have yet to win this season. I know they're coming off of a promotion. I get that, but it's just such a difficult match to call. Having said that, United win 3-1.
All right. I like it. One of us has to be optimistic.
Well, that's usually not me, but I felt like I had to bring something different to the table.
We're going to change it up a little bit, get a different result.
Now, the past couple of weeks, Jeremy and I have talked about United being in a kind of an inconsistent cycle, kind of in a rut. We'll get some good results, and then we'll play some garbage football for a couple matches, and then we'll get a good result again. We'll get another good result, and then we'll play some garbage football.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think Ole needs to do to kind of get us out of this, or is this just beyond him?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I think it's just something that has gotten me a little bit optimistic and hopeful has been Harry Maguire. And, I never thought I would say that, but that Harry Maguire makes me optimistic. But I do think that we have seen, kind of a turnaround in at least mentality towards the game. I think United needs a leader, someone who can, really take hold of the game. And that's probably, if I were to nail something down, that's what they're missing. I think if Maguire can continue with this current mentality and continue with some of the good gameplay and execution that we've seen, I think he could set himself up as a good leader, like a true leader within the squad. And I think right now there seems to be just kind of an ambiguity about who's really leading. So I mean, we always talk about Bruno. He should be the captain. Maguire will come in and put in a great performance, and then we're like, oh well, Maguire, that's why he's the captain. I haven't said that yet, I guess. So maybe that's what I'll be saying next week. But I think leadership is what the team needs. And I love Ole. Sometimes I don't think that he's as strong a leader as the team needs. But not only do you need a strong leader as the manager, you also need a strong leader on the field. I think both of those are kind of like up in the air right now, and that's probably why we're not seeing consistency, because consistency comes from good leadership, and that's probably what we're missing.
Those are excellent points. Excuse me, can't speak. Harry Maguire is our captain, whether fans like it or not. And you bring up a good point. We mentioned before in this video this recording that he's put in some good performances the past couple of weeks. He played well against Iceland for England. He played well against Chelsea. I thought he played well against Everton. And he's our captain, as I just said. Mm-hmm. So if he can continue those performances, you would think the others can have something to build upon. Mm-hmm. Bruno, and we've mentioned Bruno possibly being captain instead of Maguire after what happened to Maguire in Greece. Mm-hmm. Bruno actually said something pretty profound, I believe, in the PSG pre-match press conference that basically it was upon every player to lead.
Mhm.
And I thought that was good advice, just in general. Every player needs to find their inspiration.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, you have a captain of the squad, a leader, and you look upon him for guidance, some type of on-field leadership, and we haven't seen enough of that quite yet from Maguire, I feel. I hope it's coming. I feel like it's coming. And his performance against Iceland was good. I know Iceland, they're punching above their weight at the moment. They're a good feel-good story over the past few years.
Yep.
But it's still Iceland. It's a country of 600, 700,000 people, and England is much more. So you would expect England to beat Iceland, but what I saw in that match was him being able, in an offensive, in an attacking sense, to provide some passing and some leadership and just a bunch of stuff that we haven't really seen at United. And I hope he brings that back from Wembley. So I'm banking on it. That's part of the reason why I went with 3-1. And I hope it continues. So if it continues, we'll advance in our group in the Champions League. We'll continue to move up the table in the league. So yeah, hopefully Harry Maguire continues to grow and find his
Yep.
stride as a leader, as a captain of Manchester United. And we can find a way forward, and we can win tomorrow and move on from there.
Yeah. Well, I tomorrow I think is such another pivotal game, and there's just going to be, there's already so many eyes on United and the management and player performance, and that
Absolutely.
I know is also probably getting to a lot of people as well. So a lot of players as well, more specifically. So it's again another time where United needs to perform, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's going to be an interesting match. You
Sure.
look at the stats, it's normally, years past, you might look at United playing West Brom and you might think, whatever, it's
Yeah.
3 points for United. If
Yep.
you're a United fan, you're like, yeah, 3 points. If you're not a United fan, you're like, yeah, 3 points. But it might not be 3 points. It might be 3 points. You don't know. West Brom's form at Old Trafford's been great. Um, and yeah, you don't know what to expect tomorrow, do you, Patrick?
Not at all.
So you got Patrick saying a 2-2 draw. You got Mike saying a 3-1 win for United. That means it'll be a 3-1 win for West Brom.
100% the opposite direction.
Absolutely.
Jeremy says nothing. Excellent.
We'll get what Jeremy says on Sunday, and you
That's
better bet it'll be something about Paul Pogba.
100%.
Yes.
Great. We've name dropped Pogba, Lingard, and Jones. Perfect. All right.
Yes. We got the holy trinity in this video. Pogba, Lingard, and Jones. I hope that's not the holy trinity. God help us all. But anyways, the curtain is now closing on the theater of football. I want to thank Patrick for joining me. I'm Mike. Let us know your thoughts on the West Brom match on Twitter at Theater of Football. And we'll see you next time. Take care.
Cheers.
Oh, hello. Thank you for watching the Theater of Football. If you think Mike got it wrong yet again, please leave your thoughts in the comment section below.